Hello, my Rebel Moon Tarot friends. Welcome back if you're returning. We're doing a pick a card reading today. This first pile is the Unfolding Path Tarot. The middle pile here will be, or is, rather, the Cozy Witch pile. It's the deck, pile number 2. And pile number 3 is the No, it's not the Unfolding Path. That's the Unfolding Path. This is the This Might Hurt tarot deck. I apologize. I've kind of been all over the place. Has your energy been all over the place? Mine has, for sure. My mind, my attention span, it's really important for me that I ground myself, and I will before each reading again. But let's get what each pile is going to be about. We are going to just cut the deck and see what energy comes through. You can select your pile based on the illustration on the card, the topic. There may be more than one message for you in this reading, meaning there may be more than one pile for you. Just listen to your intuition. Choose whichever pile you want. The timestamps will be below. Let's see. Pile number 1, we have the 5 of Swords. Moving away from conflict. Maybe you're looking for, excuse me, some advice on moving away from conflict. Maybe there has been some discord in your reality recently. Ooh, we have another 5 of Swords. You can't be right all of the time. So we've got the excuse me, the same message or the same card coming through in 2 different decks. I'll be blown away if this was the same. No, this is the 8 of Pentacles, okay? Representing some hard work. Maybe you're doing something that's rather difficult, or you're growing some business or something to that effect. So take a moment, select the pile that you feel most drawn to. You can hit the timestamp down below, and I will meet you in your reading. Hello, my pile number 1 friends. Okay, so you've selected the 5 of Swords from the old... my goodness. Please bear with me through these readings today. If I keep stopping and restarting, I'll never get this done. So, I apologize for my verbal diarrhea. Here we go. We have the 5 of Swords, and this card is coming through to say that this situation, this disagreement or conflict that you are in, there may be no winners. This may be a no-win situation. So if you're right, you know, if you're correct, if you're the one speaking the truth, the battle itself may have you leaving behind friends or family that mean a great deal for to you, like if you push your point. And if you're wrong, it may be something that you can't bear to live with. I'm not exactly sure what this means. It's more of a, I'm getting the energy of, do you want to win this battle at all cost? Is whatever this thing you're fighting for, this position you're taking, is it worth leaving behind something that's very important to you? Okay, let's see how this might resonate for pile number 1. Yeah. No clear winners in this. What to do in this situation, please, for pile number 1, if they find themselves in this situation. We've got a bunch of cards, and I'm being asked to take them. Let's see what we have. Ooh, 9 of Swords. 10 of Wands. Ooh, 3 of Swords. And the 8 of Cups. My goodness. Pile number 1. There's a lot of pain and stress and overwhelm, sorrow, grief, loss in this energy. It's almost as though you're fighting a battle that you can't possibly win. I'm getting the message for someone out there. It may have to do with a loved one, and trigger warning here, but it for someone it's coming through with as as dealing with a person with addiction, someone you really, really love and care about, someone you want to support and help. And it looks like despite all efforts, they are making different choices than what you wish they would make. Okay. So it's leading to stress and anxiety, sleepless nights. You're constantly worrying. You can't focus on, happiness and abundance in your life. You may be neglecting your own self-care, your own needs. Yeah, and the Ten of Wands represents the heavy, heavy burden that this is on you. And it is a burden for sure. It's a difficult situation to be in. It's no matter how much you do, it doesn't seem to help. No matter what conversations or the words you say or the assistance you give or the handout or hand up that you try to give, it's falling on deaf ears. Okay. Now, the Eight of Cups is representative of having to walk away from a situation that you can't possibly change on your own, even though we want to. We can't love somebody enough to make them change or make different choices, right? Each person has their own free will. They're able to make choices and decisions for themselves, no matter how much we may want something to be a different way. Wanting and wishing and stressing and worry will not change the situation. Okay, I'm getting a message that it may be time to walk away. Now, this doesn't have to be a person or a relationship in an addiction. This can be some situation in your life, it almost seems as though it's doomed to fail despite countless efforts by you to make things right or to invest. For example, this could be a business, or you're having, you may be in a situation where you are in business with someone or even by yourself, but no matter how much effort that you are giving, no matter how many hours you're working, no matter the effort, the wish, the want, the skills, you're doing all the right things, pile number one, but it's not changing. And it may be that sometimes we fight a losing battle, and that's what that Five of Swords card is saying, that this, you can continue to fight for this change, but at what cost? What does it do to you? What does it do to other people around you who you love, other people who maybe need you for support and guidance if you have young children or any age children? What does this worrying and stress about another situation do to your relationship with a partner? This is coming through kind of loud and clear that there's something that you maybe have to leave behind. So, okay. Getting some advice from Spirit. Just please. Don't give me 40 cards. Just please give me clear messages. Here we go. I normally flip over the deck, and I haven't done that yet, so I truly believe there's a reason why. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. I love this. Four of Wands is a victory card, a happy family card for me. It's a strong, stable foundation, okay, based on mutual respect and love and honesty. We have a Five of Cups, talking about focusing on spilt cups instead of the two cups behind her. So that would mean focusing on the negative, maybe a situation or maybe in play here. Maybe you're having difficult time seeing that you have a support network behind you, you are underneath you or beside you, wherever they are, they're with you. You have a support network of friends, of family, of coworkers, of community. And I don't think that right now you're seeing that. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. That is you, saying that you have been through it. It's an acknowledgement and a recognition of the difficulties that you've had to face, the challenges and obstacles that you've overcome. This is the Nine of Wands speaks about being successful and rising up against all odds, and an acknowledgement and recognition that it hasn't been easy, right? So you wear the scars of how far you've come. We have the Knight of Swords, the Death card, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. Don't be alarmed at the Death card. Okay. I'm getting the message that you may have been sitting in that negative cup, half empty kind of energy, okay? The Five of Cups speaks about loss and of focusing on loss. And we all do have loss. Things don't work out for us all the time. Situations can get out of control, and oftentimes there's not a whole lot we can do to control a particular situation. We certainly can't ever control another person's free will. All we can really control is what we focus on, how we respond to a situation, and how we move forward. So know with the Nine of Wands that you are strong. You have done this. You can defeat this. You can stand up for yourself. Okay? For someone here, I'm getting a message that this this battle, this stress, this worry, this burden, this heartache that you have to walk away from is something that is self-inflicted. So this could be your own negative belief system, self-limiting beliefs. This could be addictions that you have that you may be struggling to overcome, and that is what that Eight of Cups suggest, is oftentimes it's easier for us. Let's think about this for a second. If something's really not working and making us unhappy, it's easier to walk away from than if something does something for us. Maybe it makes us feel good. Maybe it takes the pain away for a little bit. Maybe it allows us to concentrate on something else rather than the real, problem at hand. So there's kind of a benefit, or it seems like a benefit to us. So it's harder to walk away from. If everything's horrible, it's easier to walk away from, right? If only a little bit of it is horrible and the rest of it is great, not so easy. So this is about Eight of Cups is about making choices and understanding and recognizing that sometimes you have to walk away from things that are working, because what's not working is a deal breaker. So again, addictions, toxic relationships, toxic workplaces, toxic friends and community groups. Like, sometimes it's for your own peace of mind, for your own self-preservation, and for your own, uh, you know, living your best life. It's about walking away from the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, of course, the down here is our advice, right? It means to draw on family, draw on the support system that you have, reach out for help. A lot of people, if they are used to doing things on their own or have never reached out for help, it's like a new skill. Like, you know, I've never done this before. I've always been truly independent, and I don't wish to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is your strength. And you may be surprised by the amount of people that are out there who have been watching you struggle in this situation on your own, that wish to lend a helping hand. You know, the message coming through is it may not be easy, and few things in life worth having are sometimes. It is maybe going to be a struggle, but if your intentions are good and you have your highest, like if you have yourself and your highest good at heart, um, and you know what that is for you, you can move through this. Death card talks about a transformation, right? So if we look at this Ten of Cups card, which is ultimate happiness, it's family, it's support, it's love, it's joy, it's peace. And yes, this isn't some utopia that we get when we face a problem and solve it. However, it is a release and a freedom from whatever restraints we were in before we made the transformation. And the Death card is talking about the need for a transformation and your ability to transform a situation to your benefit, a mindset to something that is healthier for you, better for you. And what is waiting for you on the on the other side of this transformation is likely everything you've ever really wanted. It's certainly a soft place to land, right? Um, a safe place to fall once this transformation, um, once this transformation happens. The Knight of Swords is you moving towards it. First things first, it's about getting your mind right, having a clear intention on what you want to do next, on what you can control and what you cannot control, on where to reach out for help if you need it. And please, if you feel as though you need support, please reach out to someone. We're all meant to live particular struggles and obstacles, and sometimes we can feel really defeated. And I have been in this place. It's like a dark night of the soul kind of energy, with stress and grief and sorrow. The path through it is a difficult one, but the feeling of release and relief and understanding and wisdom and love that comes through on the other side of the transformation is worth it. I'm just so curious. What's the bottom of the deck energy? Look at that. I love that. King of Swords energy. King of Swords energy. You know what you have to do. You are the expert at you. Okay, you know what it is that maybe you're doing, like whatever shooting yourself in the foot looks like. You know what that is. You know how to change it. And if you are even just a little bit unsure, There are people out there in that King of Swords energy, experts. So if your difficulty is financial, there are financial experts to help you. If it's addiction, there are addiction experts to help you, mental health experts, medical doctors. There are therapists. There are people out there who simply want to help, right? Who can help you differentiate your next, and decide what your next step is. I'm sorry, pal number one, if life right now has been super difficult, and, the state of the world certainly doesn't help, the animosity and division happening around the world. But if you look close enough, you'll see the beauty and the love in this energy right now. The millions of people around the world attempting and giving aid and speaking up and out and being there for each other and providing support in whatever way necessary, and communities coming together. That's the beauty in the situation. I'm going to get an angel message for you, and I'm going to let the cards dictate, because I feel like the message coming through, there it is, it's going to be specifically for you. Take charge and action, pile number one. Take charge and action. Da, 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 da. You got this, my friend. You got this, okay? You got this. You rock. Let me read this. Don't be afraid to take charge or be strong at this time. Sometimes we have to take control in order to be respected or honored. If you feel that your current situation is moving in a direction that isn't serving you, your joy, or your purpose, the message of this card is to put your foot down now. You don't have to be aggressive, but you do need clarity now, and unless you step in, it won't unfold. So set a good example. Respect yourself. Lead rather than be led. If you're wondering whether to make the next move in a particular situation, this card encourages you to do so. Often, angels find it difficult to support us fully unless we make the first move. Meet them halfway now by showing your commitment to moving forward. I love that. That is the confirmation, right? That's the confirmation. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit, that we needed, that this is the message for you. If you're still with me in this reading, you are recognizing an area in your life that needs a transformation. Know that spirit has your back. Whoa. That flew out. So we're going to end your reading with a find your own way. I balance work and rest. Now, this message is coming out all the time. It's flying out of the deck all the time. In my zodiac readings, I just opened my book right to the page. I think this is for you as well as like so much of the collective. So myself, you, the millions of people out there need to balance. So let me read this. This also comes with an affirmation. So at the end of this reading, it has an affirmation if you're interested. Nature maintains a balanced cycle of night and day, offering a rhythm of light and dark that flows with the seasons. Similarly, you can balance work and rest with equal harmony. You receive and dream beneath the moon, while you give and create under the sun. Both are essential. Without rest, you lose the foundational energy and motivation needed for focus, intention, and productivity. Pressure might make you feel ashamed for needing rest, but caring for yourself is crucial. Do you hear that? Caring for yourself is crucial for sustaining energy that's loving rather than fueled by resentment. Treat your mind, heart, and body with kindness and respect. Listen to their needs, as they are the essential workers of your spirit's will. So the affirmation with this card is, may I be kind to myself, resting my mind and body with love, to work in harmony with my spirit. So again, may I be kind to myself, resting my mind and body with love, to work in harmony with my spirit. All right, my pile number 1, friends. Whew, we've been through it, hey? You got this. I know you do. If this reading resonated, please give me a thumbs up. It helps others to find the channel. And if you're interested and you don't already, please consider subscribing. Till next time, my friends, go on out there, treat yourself well, have some fun, and be safe. Bye for now. My pile number 2, friends, you have selected the 5 of Swords as well. I say as well because pile number 1 had the 5 of Swords. And that was a very deep, profound message. So if you feel that your 5 of Swords energy is really making you feel some kind of way, like angst and depression and anxiety and stress and grief, please take a listen to that reading. This one is a little bit different. This is a conflict. The message on this card is you can't be right all of the time. And it's really kind of representing a situation where maybe you and loved ones or you and friends are disagreeing, and each of you believes that you are right. Okay. And that may be true. So I guess the decision you have to make is this the hill you're willing to die on? Is it the end all and be all? Is it necessary for you to be right in this situation? Can you possibly consider that maybe there's a perspective or an angle that you're not catching, that you're not seeing, that you're really not sure of? Could you possibly be wrong? Now, I'm just going to tell you this because it's my life experience right now. I used to be able to really count on my memory and my brain, and then I'm now a woman of a particular age, and my hormones have gone, whatever they're doing, and I can't be bloody sure of anything. Honestly, I truly, I can feel with conviction that, I did lock the front door last night before I went to bed. And it can be proven to me that I most certainly did not. So it's that kind of energy. And the one I really like, the analogy I really like, is people sitting across the table from an apple. And you may have seen this, but if you have, bear with me. For those who haven't, I think it's a really great kind of analogy of perspectives. So I'm sitting on this side of the table, and the apple is red and juicy looking and shiny, perfectly shaped, has a little, green leaf at the top. It looks absolutely delicious. And I say, what a delicious looking apple. That's almost the most perfect apple I've ever seen. And you're sitting across the table and you go, what? No, it's not. That is not a good apple at all. I wouldn't even eat that apple. And I am, strong, rigid in my conviction that this is a beautiful looking apple. And we can argue about it back and forth. We can also decide to lay down our opinion. I'm gonna lay down my perspective, and I'm gonna ask you why. What's wrong with the apple? Tell me, what do you see that's so wrong about the apple? And at that point, they can tell me that the side of the apple that faces them is rotten. It's bruised. Maybe the flesh is cut open. It's browning inside. There could be a worm coming out of it. I don't know, but it's what I can't see because it's not in my frame of reference. I can't see it from my angle. It's not in my perspective. And by the same token, they can't see my perspective. Okay, so it's about being willing to lay down your opinion or your ideal or your perspective for a moment, to do a little, intel. Find out where are you coming from? Why are you saying this? And you may find that you can both be right. You can both be right. And the argument's over. And it's, wow, wasn't that crazy? Then you move on with your life and it's over. Or you could fight it and go on and talk about how so-and-so was so negative and didn't like the apple. And she can talk about how you were so disillusioned. And you know what I mean? It's just a really good example. And I think that's kind of a situation you may find yourself in right now, where you really have to decide if being right is the most important thing, or if this relationship you're in is the most important thing. Ooh, a bunch came out at once. Oh, a bunch. So we have the Emperor. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. It most certainly does. We have the Six of Swords. All aboard, witch. It's time to write a new chapter. Ooh. King of Swords. We can all learn important things from one another. Okay, so the message here truly is about leaving this argument behind, because it's not worth it. And choosing not to argue or choosing not to engage in conflict doesn't mean that you are adopting another person's mindset. It doesn't mean that you believe what they say to be true. It means you accept the fact that your perspective and their perspective is different. And you don't wish to engage in a situation or a dialogue that's going to make anybody feel worse. Okay? And that we can all learn important things from one another upon reflection, from just this one kind of apple experience that you've had, or apple situation that you've had, can apply to all kinds of areas of your life dealing with other people. It's an acknowledgement that we do not know what other people's realities is, what they live, what they've encountered, how they've been raised, whether they've been raised in a religion or a church that has certain strict values and morals and that they think are, absolute and necessary. Everybody lives a different life experience. If you are in a family and you have several siblings, or if you're a parent or a grandparent and have several children or grandchildren, I can assure you that each one of those individual people, children, adults, your siblings, has had a different experience, even though you all were raised in the same house. You all will have different perspectives. If asked the same question, you might all give different answers, because each person's reality is based on their own life experiences. And it's based on whether they respond or react to situations. And that depends on things that have happened in life. So we're different. We're supposed to be. It's okay. And we don't have to fear differences. For some reason, somebody somewhere with a great big pocketbook decided that we all had to look the same, talk the same, act the same, or something was wrong with us. For who, why, what? Absolutely not. That's just my perspective, is that is wrong. Okay? That is not true. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going off. Knight of Swords. Be ambitious. Chase your every dream. Yeah, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. All right? The Patient Witch. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still when necessary. Okay, so you're being ambitious, but sometimes you have to wait for it to happen. So you want to make changes. You want things to happen. You understand this whole new perspective thing, and you're going to fix all your relationships, and you're going to settle all your conflicts. All you can do is what you can do. The rest is waiting for someone else to pick up on what you're doing or not. They have free will. They can decide that they're not playing your game. 9 of Cups. Live in constant state of gratitude. I love that. And the Tower. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. Don't worry about the Tower. Some people get very alarmed about the Tower. But the Tower's really about change. Necessary change. Something that has to happen. Right? Something that's going to happen. And I feel like in this situation, you may find that you have a whole new perspective after a shakeup, right? So we see this in times of like natural disasters, for example. We have a community, let's say, with a bunch of people living in their homes independently, and the neighbors don't talk because that's not what we do anymore. We don't have backyard barbecues and street parties and things like that. So everyone is in their own spaces. And if you live like I do in Canada, likely every person on the street could potentially have a different background. They could speak different languages, different colors, various ranges of white and brown, and everybody has their own life and perspective. And then a natural disaster happens. And these people who you thought were so different from you all come together to rebuild, to make sure everyone is eating, to make sure everyone is housed, to make sure everyone is clothed, because the rest of it is simply not important. It really doesn't matter, who you pray to or what color your skin is. We all want to be happy, safe, fed, healthy. We want our children to have joy and opportunities and experience love in their life. We are so more the same than we are different. It's not even funny. I don't know who needed to hear that, but someone needed to hear that. So yeah, on a lower, you know what, I keep going off on these tangents, and I've stopped so many videos from going out because I find myself talking about the world, and I don't mean to talk about the world. I mean to talk about your reading. But you know what? You're in the world. I'm in the world, and you may not share my perspective, but I do want to give you mine. And if you want to share your perspective with me, please put it in the comments. Okay. Yeah, get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. But I think this is for the good, right? Live in a constant state of gratitude is right before this shakeup. So we're going to see these blessings. We're going to see positivity and good things come from this shakeup that's going to happen. Now is not the time to have petty disagreements that pull people away from each other, especially if the idea of the disagreements is coming from the top down, because that's what they want us to do, right? Because we as the people have huge power, immense power, superior power when we work together, when we're a team. Here I go, world view again. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. What an abundant opportunity. That's the message. That's the underlying message. You have opportunities here. You have opportunities to show up from your heart space in a loving place, to say things like, I agree to disagree, or I understand why you might think that. I don't agree, but I understand why you might think that. Instead of the fight, the resentment, the bitterness, the ending of friendships. This is an abundant opportunity for each of us to begin critical thinking about things in our lives and things that are happening, to question things we see on social media. Here I go again. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop pile number 2 because I really don't think in this aspect right now for you, I really don't think it's world-based. But I will tell you this. If each one of us walked out our front door, moving forward from our heart space with an energy of understanding and love and patience and tolerance and forgiveness, I think we'd be unstoppable. I really do. I think the world, the people of the world would be absolutely unstoppable. All right. I'm going to shush and let the angels take over. This is an angel guide. Ooh, that's that's the card that wants to come out. So it's a message from the angels. I'm going to read these ones from the book. Let's see. What do we have? Power and intention. I love this. The angels are really coming through for me today to wrap it up in a nice pretty package and say it in a way that I wasn't able to articulate. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. When you align your intentions with the highest good and act with love and consideration, your power is intensified. When you draw this card, your angels are drawing close to remind you of this. You have the capacity to be a leader and guide at this time, and you're being encouraged to align with love and the highest good so that you act from the heart. Often, when power arises within, we can find our ego gets louder, and this is because it wants us to be limited and to question or even stifle our growth. But don't let it hold you back now. Call in your angels and invite them to help you listen closely to the voice of your soul so that you can move forward powerfully and effectively in a loving way. Now, I am going to read the extended message because I'm feeling drawn to today. Angels are encouraging you to reconnect with your initial ideas and intentions for whatever you're thinking about at this time, or even for your entire life. Can y'all hear my pup snoring? Sorry. Often we have an initial intention and then over time our ideas change. The universe is still responding to our initial intention though, because we've let them go. And when we let go, we let God. So if you're confused about how to move forward at this time, you need to recognize that you are a powerful being with influence and potential. Have a clear conversation with God and your angels about your intentions and recognize that what is unfolding at this time has the power to allow you to live your life from a space of pure potentiality. So how about that? See how easily distracted I am? I heard his precious little self down there snoring and I didn't know if you could hear it. As soon as I said it, he stopped, so... Anywho, we're going to end your reading today, pile number 2. Thank you. If you're still with me, thank you for bearing with me and living through all that. This is a Find Your Own Way Oracle deck. And a card just flew out over my arm. Let's see, what do we have? I am reconnected by joy. Beautiful. I love that. I am reconnected by joy. Let me read that. There's an affirmation with this card as well at the end. So, joy is not indulgent. It's a nourishing energy that connects you to your purpose. Fully embraced, joy can carry you through discomfort and sorrow. Your joy links you to your purpose, yet it's often not prioritized or it's even discouraged. Reflect on past experiences. What activities or spaces have truly brought you joy? When have you felt safe, happy, and in flow? Reconnecting with joy takes practice and... Oh, wait now. Sorry, I'll reread that. Reconnecting with joy takes practice amid responsibilities and distractions. Begin by honoring and acknowledging joy, closing your eyes to hold it for a moment, and affirm this joy with words and visualize it expanding like a flame. This joy is energy I receive with gratitude. This joy will never leave me, and my spirit is realizing my purpose. By doing so, you harness the energy of joy and align with your destiny. And the affirmation with this card is, May I receive joy and be energized knowing I am worthy. So again, may I receive joy and be energized knowing I'm worthy. All right, my pile number 2 friends, this has been your reading. Thank you for hanging in there with me. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It helps others to find the channel. As well, if you're interested, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And until next time, my friends, go on out there and have some fun. Get some belly laughs in. And be safe. Bye for now. My pile number 3, friends, you have selected the 8 of Pentacles. This message coming through for you today is a message, first of all, of the recognition of all the hard work you're putting in, okay? It's also encouragement to keep going, right? And a reminder that no one is an expert at something right away. So you're being seen as you hone your skills, as you practice your musical instrument, as you fine-tune your skills in your workplace, or you study and learn more about your craft. He's working diligently, and each coin he creates is just a little better than the last one. So for some, it's a message to really acknowledge and appreciate how far you've grown from when you first started something to where you are now. Okay, we have the World card that I'm going to cover up there. And the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so this message is that something's really paying off. The time you put in, the effort that you made in whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's, you know, it could be your workplace, a home-based business. Maybe it's a hobby or a craft that you've been fine-tuning, and it's now going to lead to some abundance in your life. So, for example, it could be that an employer is seeing the effort that you've made, is seeing the output that you've produced, is seeing how you have leveled up and is offering a promotion, or moving, you know, giving you a raise, or moving you to a maybe a different area, one that you had been hoping to work in, giving you some more independence. This could represent the end of kind of a internship, or you know, yeah, like an apprenticeship coming to an end. The World represents cycles ending, okay? So, and then we have the 8 of Pentacles leading to the 9 of Pentacles. So hard work leading to abundance. The 9 of Pentacles is an energy of freedom, of independence, being able to you know, being able to make choices for yourself based on efforts you've made. So this could be about, you know, if you had a side hustle, let's say, that you were spending a lot of time on, you know, a craft maybe that you started to sell your things on Etsy, or maybe you do crafts and you've taken them to markets or flea markets and you're starting to earn an income. Like that effort and intention and hard work you put in, okay, that cycle is ending so that you can now start seeing your profits, your abundance, what you've gained from it. It's now moving maybe from hobby into a paid position for you. Maybe a side hustle has become something that you can do full time, and you can leave a full-time job that you don't like. I have a friend who I worked with, and she had a real passion for animals, and she was working in an office setting that she liked well enough, but it wasn't really what she wanted to do. She wanted to work with animals, so she started a dog walking business on the side, and it grew. And yeah, then she was like lodging, and her business got so successful that she was able to leave that full-time job. And she worked her own home-based business working with these animals to now becoming an executive director of an animal shelter. Like, she found her passion, but she worked on the side first, right? She didn't put all her eggs in one basket, but she knew she wasn't happy, and instead of just wistfully thinking about what she'd rather do, she made the effort. You know, actually did the things that she needed to do, and she'd do it on weekends and after work, and she built it up. She built a name for herself and became financially independent enough to be able to leave that full-time job. So that just came through as a reminder. I'm so proud of her for following her dreams and following her passions, and she's very inspirational in that way. So you know who you are if you're listening. Let's see what we have here. We have the Six of Cups. That's childhood passion. That's, yeah, that's that excitement we get from, oh my goodness, we got all the ladies, all the unclothed ladies today. We have the Star and we have the Empress. Okay. Six of Cups is really, for me in this reading, representing childhood dreams, childhood passions, also childhood disappointments or traumas, things that you weren't able to pursue, maybe because your family wasn't financially able to, you know, maybe send you to a college or a university you wanted to go to. Maybe you weren't able to take music lessons like you wanted to. The Star card is about taking that power back. Okay, it's healing yourself also after trauma. So it could be that there's some childhood healing necessary here. It may be that putting in this hard work and finding, you know, this abundance and independence from something that you're doing hands-on is going to lead to some healing, some childhood healing. Maybe there were people who told you you couldn't do it. You know, family members, parents, guardians, people in your life, people in authority who discounted your abilities and your talents and your skills. And here you are healing yourself. It's very healing when you overcome like limitations that never should have been placed on you, limitations that were placed on you by people who feared success or feared anyone else's success. Generally, that feeling of, oh, that'll never work, I would never do that, you know, you can't do that. It comes from a fear inside that they don't have the courage, or they wouldn't have had the courage or the strength, or you know, the grit, the what it takes to do something, especially something outside of the box, right? So the Empress is that card of creation, of nurture, of love. You know, it's that I love this for you because you're moving through some belief maybe that you couldn't do it. It's very healing to recognize that you can, that you get to create your reality, that whatever this is for you is working just maybe even better than you thought it was going to. So if you are not already in this energy, this is a message for you of what could come if you take the initiative, if you work really hard. It's a message of patience. as well. Because with the Eight of Pentacles, sometimes when we start something, we want to be successful at it right away. And if we're not, we think we can't possibly ever be. But, you know, that's really cutting your opportunity short when you say, I have to be perfect at this the first time I do it. Or if I don't catch on in the first week, then I'll never catch on. Practice. Practice. And if you also go into something with a mindset that I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be very good at this. I love doing this. I love seeing how much I've grown. You know, celebrate little goals or accomplishments along the way so that you don't get discouraged, right? Let's see what we have here. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Two of Pentacles is a card of balance, right? Of juggling, having things up in the air. And yeah, it can be that, especially if you're already committed to something. But for you, if you were looking for the confirmation, you know, should I pursue this? Should I pursue this side passion? The answer is, if it makes your heart happy just thinking about it, then yes, you should. Find a way to make that happen. You can juggle things. There are ways to do things. Sometimes you don't even recognize or realize how supportive an employer or family can be if you went to them and said, hey, listen, I'd like to do this thing. You know, is it possible if I, you know, maybe you work 9 to 5. Is it possible that I work 7 to 3? You know, I'll still put in the same hours, but I really want to be able to work on this on the side, or, you know, to make accommodation to allow you to juggle it. It could be going to speak to someone, you know, you have a friend. Listen, can we child care share here? Like, would you mind taking my children on Monday and Wednesday afternoons after school until after supper, and then I will return the favor on Tuesdays and Thursdays? You know, find a way to make this work. It might require some juggling, but you can absolutely do it. You can absolutely do it. It's like the in the picture in the back, the waves are intense, right? Like the waves, the surge behind her is intense. But the sailboats are going with the flow. They're making it happen. There's always a way to make it work. You might need to get creative. That's what the Ace of Wands, it talks about, being creative. You might have to come up with a creative solution. And I think a creative opportunity is going to present itself to you, and you're going to go for it. That's what the Knight of Swords is, going for it, taking advantage of an opportunity when it presents itself. Yeah, it might be a little daunting at first. You might be a little, you know, tentative about doing this. It might be a little bit risky, but is the reward, or would the reward be worth it? Right? So I'm sure my friend had days when she was absolutely exhausted. When she got home from work, the last thing she wanted to do was get out and, you know, maybe she just wanted to put her feet up, but her passion was these animals, and so she'd go out with them, and I'd see pictures. She'd be out in the snow, in the rain, there'd be ice storms, she'd be walking off leash in like 4 feet of snow. I thought she was crazy, but it was her passion and she loved it, and I supported her in that. So this is, yeah, it might be risky, it might be difficult, it might be challenging. You might be, you know, faced with some obstacles. The message is go for it. What's the underlying? Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Now, knights are in motion. They're about putting things into motion. this Knight of Pentacles is on the edge of a cliff. So he's ready to go. He hasn't moved yet, but he's suited up. He's ready to go. He has his idea in his hand. So it's telling you, you can do this. Do a little research, do a little planning, ensure you've crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, make sure you have the supports that you need in place. So helmet check, gloves check, he's wearing his proper gear, yes, his motorcycle's in good working order, great. Then he'll take that jump. Then he's going to ride down this hill on his motorcycle because he is prepared. So it's just about, he's moving, you know, the bike's running. He just hasn't gone over the hill yet because he wants to do a double check and make sure he's got all his ducks lined up, you know. And that's a message for you to do the same. Just, yeah, do it. Go for it. You've got this. And you've got the sensibility to ensure that, yeah, you're covered while you move forward. Know that this could be extremely healing for you. And that you deserve this. Because you have worked really hard on something. All right, pile number 3, we are going to get a message from the angels for you. They may have some insight or guidance into this endeavor that you want to begin. This exciting new venture, compassion. Okay, compassion. You read it. Oh, that's composure. Compassion. Your angels are wrapping a light of compassion around you at this time and guiding you to let go of conflict or the need to prove your point. The more you resist and fight, the unhappier and more drained you will be. Pointing out mistakes or mishaps or concentrating on the negative traits or actions of others or yourself will only hold you back. Don't let unjust actions of others block your experience of joy and freedom. Take time to review where in your life you may be feeling held back or even consumed by frustration and anger, and ask your angels to shine their light upon you and the situation. I'm reading the extended message for you as well. Changing how you see yourself will help change how others see you. Angels are surrounding you at this time and encouraging you to see yourself through their loving and holy eyes. All of the ups and downs you have faced, all of the insecurities you have overcome, and all of the setbacks you have moved beyond are testament to your resilience and strength. So have compassion and respect for yourself. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to love and treat yourself the way you would love to be loved and treated by others. Then your own actions will be mirrored back to you by those around you. So ask your angel guide to help you be more compassionate towards yourself now. All right. So stop with the I can't, I shouldn't, I won't, it wouldn't, all the self-limiting talk. Stop with all that. Stop with that noise. All right. We're going to end your reading now, pile number 3, with a Find Your Own Way Oracle deck. Oracle deck. No, you're not getting the whole deck. You'll get a card. No, I said deck and I got... Deck took me literally. I had a big chunk of cards. Just one, please, Spirit, for pile number 3 from the Find Your Own Way Oracle. Share the burden. Pretty sure we talked about that as well. Let's see. Share the burden. While being self-sufficient can feel fulfilling and honorable, even the most capable and independent individuals benefit from sharing the burden and seeking support. The closer a responsibility or task is to your heart, the harder it may seem to let others in. However, taking everything on alone is unsustainable and blocks pathways to helpful insights, deeper connections, and community. Sharing the load not only lightens your burden, but also enriches the task or experience. Your loved ones may see it less as a burden than you think. It's crucial not to block their help after sharing your feelings or challenges with them. They will likely view it as an opportunity to lift you up and show their care and support. And there's an affirmation with this card as well. It says, with courage and grace, may I share my experience and let others hold space for me. So again, with courage and grace, may I share my experience and let others hold space for me. All right, my pile number 3 friends, this has been your reading. If it resonated, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in sharing what this side hustle turned business opportunity is going to be, please leave it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this reading and you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd ask if you'd like to do that. Ooh, love's coming towards you. That's my rose quartz. Until next time, my friends, go on out there and have some fun. Be creative and be safe. Bye for now.